Hey guys, back in another video. Today I'm going to be giving you a small walkthrough of some of these tools in Fusion360. I'm not going to go over all of the sketch tools and stuff, but I'll go over a couple basic ones, including text and a couple of these things, right? So we're going to go with line, pretty self-explanatory. You can pick points, click and drag, right? So you hit here, here, and here. You can make shapes and stuff with it. If you zoom in really small and make small lines, you can make details. Circle, pretty simple. Center diameter, you click a point, drag it out, or type in however long you want the diameter to be. You got 2-point circle, so you pick 2 points like here and then makes a circle out of it, right? So you can measure the distance between those, which I don't know why you'd want to do that. It's much easier to simply make a regular circle, but I get why you'd want to do it if you want to do it at like an angle. So here, I'll do a quick demonstration. So like here to here. If you wanted to make it on a certain axis, that might help. But again, I don't understand why you don't just go here to here and make it so much more easy. It's useful for some things, which I don't know what they are. 3-point circle. Like here, here, and here. So you can do that. Again, center diameter circle would be the easiest one. Tangent circle, basically you do a line on the X and Y axes, and then you can put the, I think diameter of the circle, not sure. Tangent circle is really similar. You just put so it's basically the same as the 3-sided tangent circle. It's the same, very similar as the 2-sided, but this time there's a third one at an angle that like holds the circle in a box almost. Then you have the rectangles, 2-point, which is like here, which is like here to here. So it gives you 2 points, and you can choose the axes. That's helpful. But what I find is easier for certain things is the center point rectangle. Re-click a center point, and then you can choose the axes from the center, so you can put it exactly where you want it. 3-point rectangle, so width, height, and direction. Right? But again, I don't understand why you'd want to do that instead of a 2-point or a center point, but who am I to judge? Arc, pretty simple. You got point, and then it does that. That kind of confuses. Oh, I was doing it the wrong way. All right, well, that's gonna happen because I'm kind of stupid. So you hit here, here, and there is your arc, right? Pretty simple. There's a couple other versions like center point arc. So you got here, here, and there, and that makes it. So I think that's all there is for arcs. Yeah, tangent arc is similar. You pick 2 points, that makes an arc out of it. Polygon, so you can either make a circumscribed polygon, so you can make a circle and have it make a polygon around it with however many sides you want. So I could literally do anywhere from 3 to 457 or higher. They would have to be really big for that, otherwise it would just end up as a freaking circle. Inscribed polygon is a circle that makes a polygon inside it, and you can choose however many sides you want by clicking tab. Right? You have the edge polygon, where you tell it how long you want your edge to be and how many sides you want, and it goes ahead and it makes it for you, which is pretty helpful. You have what else is there? Ellipse, where basically you click a center point, diameter, and how far out you want it to go. So you could either make it a full circle, or you can make it an oval, either direction. Then you have slot, so center to center, which is helpful. Overall slot, I'm just gonna read these. Creates a linear slot defined by placement and distance of slot arc centers and by slot width. I didn't understand a word of that with my smooth frickin' brain. So we're gonna go ahead and try this. Slot, center to center. So here to. Oh, that's cool. And then you can set it how high or low you want it to be. Dude, that would have been helpful for like this design that I made on my Thingiverse. Like right here. See those holes? The slot feature would have been really nice. Then you got other stuff on here. It's pretty simple. If you want to, you can play with it and stuff. I'll probably create a YouTube short walkthrough of how to download it. It's pretty freaking simple. 3-point arc slot. So you have like 1, 2. Slot arc, right? So you have that. Oh, that's cool. Right, so you can make holes like that. Center point arc slot, pretty simple. I've actually tried this before. So like that, and then however many degrees up you want it. So let's just go with 90, create, and it creates a slot with that angle. And spleen, whatever it is, spline, fit point, you basically click a bunch of points that you want it to bend around, then a control point, so you put like wall blocks almost, and it follows the pattern inside of them. Conic curve, don't know what that is, so we're gonna go and try that out. Oh, like that, all right. So it's not how you'd think. You would want to go here, here, and then up. Okay, that's cool. Text. So you can either create a line, a text on path. You need to create a spline or spleen, whatever it is, fit point, right? Make a curve and then have the text over it, or you can just have this, make a text box, put any text in it. You can center it in any way you want. You can align it. You can align it in literally any way you want. And you can also, you can shrink the height of it, of each letter. You can bold it, italicize it, and I don't know what that fully says. So I don't know how to do that, but you can, that's about all we got. Mirror, so you can take a already made sketch, mirror it across a plane. Circular pattern, it duplicates like circles in a circle, so you can make different, you can just copy and paste it pretty much. A rectangular pattern takes sketch curves and rotates them copies them in rows and columns. I don't think I need to show that. And sketch dimension up here basically allows you to tell either how long you want a line to be, what the diameter of anything you want to have. You can change the dimensions of pretty much any sketch you want. And that's about all we have for this. Modify, you can fill it sketch. Don't know why you'd want to do that. Chamfer a sketch. Blend curve, offset, which is helpful. Trim a sketch, extend. You can scale your sketch by something, and you can move and copy just sketch profiles. So that's all we got here. Constraints, I'll cover in another video because I don't even fully understand those. Extrude is what you use to extrude your models. If you make a sketch and revolve it, you can basically get a circle made of a square. So you can take a square and make it into a full ring, or a circle and make it into like a torus shape. You can put a hole in something, rectangular pattern, which does the exact same thing as the sketch one, but with physical bodies. Create a form, so you can do, excuse me, a box, a plane, a cylinder, a quad ball, or just a sphere, or a new face. You can mirror something internally. Mirror, which does the same thing as the sketch, but it does physical bodies. Thread, which is what you do to like make something screw into another piece. Loft, which you can basically do that. That's pretty freaking cool, right? You can take a square and then offset face or plane or whatever, and do a circle, and it'll like make that shape, which is pretty freaking awesome. I use that a lot. Press pull does multiple things. It modifies the selected geometry using offset, extrude, or fillet. So if it touches like a so you can offset a sketch, right? You can extrude something up, or you can fillet an edge if you click on an edge. Fillet is, you can fillet an edge. Shell, basically you can take a solid like square, right, and then make it hollow and put a hole in the top. You can combine two bodies, which is just merge. You can split body, so if you offset a plane, right, or a face, right, offset plane or offset face or something, then you can move the face off of like a square body and then split it. So if it's like this and there's a square body over here, you can split it right down the middle. And then you can have either two bodies, you can keep the top and the bottom half, or you can just right click and delete. Then we have move or copy, so you can click on an object or a component, move it, but if you click the copy command somewhere over here, right? If you click on a body, let me just make something really quick. I'm just gonna make a circle. Extrude. It's hard to show that. Move, so I can click on this. I can move it anywhere I want, right? Or I can create a copy. And then basically now I have two of the exact same thing. Alright, let me undo all that. Then you have chamfer, where you can flatten edges, right? Align, where you can take the face of one body and align it to the face of another, and it'll drag the whole old body with it. So you'll have, like, if there's two squares, like next to it, if there's two cubes next to each other, and you align the face of one of them to the face of the other one, then it'll snap to fit, right? You have the appearance tool, so you can use, like, you can color things, texture things, all sorts of stuff, right? Fusion? Okay, I'm just glad I don't have to bring out Task Manager again. Remove, so you can, like, create a body, right, and then click the remove, get rid of it completely without screwing up your geometrical timeline, which will affect your design. Offset face, so you can do stuff like that. So if I make a cube and I want it to be a rectangle, like if I make a cube and I want it to be like a box, then I can offset face and move one of the faces out and make it into a box. And that's about all we got for this, for the toolbar anyway. The scale feature allows you to scale it up by a percentage. Replace face. I'm not sure about that. Oh, so if you like have a body with a certain face and you want to copy that onto another one, you can replace the face of the new one with the face of the other one that you already made. Split face, so you can do like a sketch on a surface, right? And then split it by that sketch, or you can offset a plane and then split it by that. No, that's a split face. Okay, a split body is what you do with what I just described. Silhouette split, using surfaces generated from its silhouette curves. Oh, Okay. Move, copy, I already showed you that. Align, delete, remove, and appearance. Those are all the ones I use. Assemble, basically you can create a new component. And what that does is it basically allows you to, like, how do I explain this? It basically allows you to create an object, right? You can take a body, insert it into there, right? And then it will be able to move around with joints and stuff. So if I have two components, like a peg and a hole, and they're both components, I can click joint, right? I can take the outer face of the cylinder and the inner face of the hole, and I can join them together and either have it locked in place, rotate, cylindrical, so it can rotate and move forward and backward, among other things. So I can duplicate a body and a joint, right? An as-built joint. I don't know what that means. So basically, I guess you make two bodies and then join them together just like that. Positions a joint origin on a component. Oh, rigid group. I don't know what that means. Tangent relationship. Oh, that's kind of cool. Drive joints. So you can specify certain things. Motion link. Oh, cool. That's how you do it. All right. So if I have like two arms controlling eyelids on an eyeball mechanism, right? And I want a joint in the arm and the eyelid for both eyes, but I also want both arms to be attached to a servo. What I can do is that, basically. So if I move the servo horn, like rotate it, the arms will pull back with it, which is pretty cool. Sorry I'm saying so much. I'm trying to think of what to say. I didn't write a script, and I don't know why. Enable all contact. Okay. That's about it for the assemble. Construct, you can offset plane at an angle. So offset plane, basically you can either take an existing plane or offset a face, right? Tangent plane, so you can create a plane that's flat with a tangent attachment to a cylindrical or spherical body, basically. A mid-plane, so if you use like two flat planes, you can put something right in the middle. I never knew that. That's so helpful. Two edges, so if I click the top right and bottom left edge of a cube that I'm looking at, right, I can put a plane right through those diagonally, plane through 3 points. So if I have, I don't know how that works, plane tangent to face at point. Oh, so I can create like a warped face based off of the amount of the plane that is touching the cylindrical object. Plane analog path, I'm not sure. Creates a construction plane normal to an edge or sketch profile. So it basically creates a plane through a sketch object with a path, right? That's pretty cool. So, an axis through cylindrical. Oh, so you can take a midpoint of a cone, cylinder, or torus shape, right? And then put an axis through it, and then have that axis rotate it with a joint. X-axis perpendicular at point. Oh. Creates a construction axis through a point. Perpendicular. Sorry, hold on. Dog hair in my mouth, sorry. Perpendicular to a face on a solid or surface body. Oh, that's cool. So you can have like a point and a face, and you can create a plane right between them. Axis through 2 planes. So if I have a cube, I can select the top and right sides of it based off of where you're looking and put an axis through the middle. So that's kind of cool. Axis through 2 points. That's pretty much exactly what you'd expect. So top left side. So imagine I'm facing the back. Top left side, bottom right side, right? Put an axis through them. And axis through edge. So if I click the top right edge, it'll go right through it. That's cool. Point at, I'm gonna skip that because that's not helpful right now. Point at vertex, so if I take like a point on a cube, I can create a point at the vertex, right? Point through two edges, so if I select the back right and right side, so back top and top right edges, I can put a point on the edge of them, which is basically a point at vertex. Point through three planes, so if I hollow that out, that cube out, I can pick the left side, the bottom, and the back, right, and the inside face of the front, and put a point right in the middle. The point right at the center of a circle sphere or torus, so you just put a point right in the middle. Point at edge and plane creates a construction point at the intersection of a construction plane, planar face, or sketch profile, and an axis or sketch line. I didn't understand that, but hopefully you guys can. I'm a little nervous for no reason. I think I'm just sleepy because I've been sick. Creates a construction point, right? So basically you pick a plane and an edge, and it'll create a point on the plane from the edge, like where the edge would be if you extended it out to that face. Point along path, so if I just take a spline or spleen, whatever you want to call it, I can take a point and I can put a point there, which is pretty simple, honestly. I might as well just do that in the sketch. So that's all the construct tools. Inspect, we can measure angles, lengths, diameters, all sorts of things with the measure tool. Interference, it reports interferences. It's pretty self-explanatory. If there's two bodies colliding where they shouldn't be, it'll tell me with a red body there where it's interfering. Curvature comb analysis. So it, I don't know what that is. Oh, so if you have like a body, it'll create lines out until the point where it can form a whole shape and show you what it would look like with the curvature comb. Zebra analysis displays alternating black and white stripes on the body to help you analyze the curvature. So, so if I have a circle and I do that, it's going to be all wonky. So they should be completely straight if it's a straight body, if you want it to be a straight body, not like romantically straight. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I don't need to clarify. Curvature map analysis, so it displays a color gradient on the body's top. You analyze areas of high and low surface curvature. Select bodies to analyze, and then a curvature map. Type the display settings of the curvature map. So basically, if it's going from a small section to a big section, it'll have a color gradient that shows you when it starts and when it ends. And it'll be a much different area from the small to the big, so you'll know how far that curves up. Isocurvic, so it basically shows UV mapping, right, with the curvature combs of the object. Accessibility analysis, so it shows you like whether or not certain parts of the object. Okay, I'm reading that. So what it looks like is that it shows where the objects are accessible from like a plane with a color thing. Minimum radius analysis. The minimum radius, it basically shows colors there with the minimum radius of like the curvature of the faces. Section analysis, I use this all the time. You can either click a plane, right, and then drag it to move and see the inside of it if it's hollow, or you can select a plane that's pre-made and then chop off one half and erase it just from visibility. It's still there. If you go over to the left side, you should see somewhere a folder with analysis in them, and you can just delete the analysis inside of it. You can't delete the folder itself. I don't know why. Center of mass. So if I create a body that's uneven, right, I can see the center of gravity where the weight on both sides equals it out so it holds steady. That, I must say, that's one of the most useful tools for designing like BattleBot vertical and horizontal spinners. That's super important. If you're using a spinner that's like off center, that has like, if you think, so look at Death Roll. Look at Death Roll. If you look at Death Roll, right, it doesn't have it's not a circle, right? It has an uneven shape, correct? So what's cool about this is there's a center of gravity in there that equalizes the gravitational force of both sides of the spinner. So you have the big chunk and then two smaller ones, right? So this is really thick, but these are more spread out. So the center of gravity the center of mass isn't going to be like directly in between, like directly in the center of the shape. It's going to be more towards the back, or more towards the front, I'm sorry, because there's more space in the back or something. I don't know. It's cool though, it's useful. It's very useful for designing vertical spinners, because if it's not correct, it's going to fling your bot everywhere, especially if it hits the floor. If it hits the floor, it might send your whole thing toppling over, which you do not want. And the insert, you can insert selected components with a link, I guess. So you can link them to the original component, and you can break the link and modify the new component. You can insert a pre-made fastener. You can insert a link feature. You can link a feature from another design into the active design, right? So you can have a feature from an old design in your new design. You can add a decal, basically. So you can put like a picture of something as a decal onto your design. So if I put like a coin or something and then put my YouTube logo on it using the decal, that becomes my freaking coin. I'm gonna you know what? If I ever make crypto, like a type of crypto, like the freaking, pains me to say this, like the Hawk Tua crypto that failed horribly. If I were to ever make something similar to that, one, I'd do it way freaking better and make sure it doesn't flop like that one did. And two, the other thing I would do is that I would just put my freaking YouTube logo on it. Also, credit to @core_BL17D Studios, or Minx Does Stuff. I'll put a link. She's the one who created my profile picture, so go check her channel out. She's trying to get to 1K subs before 2025, so you better go subscribe to her right now. I'll leave the link to her channel in the description, and it's in my channel bio. You better go sub, and I mean you better go sub. All right. So Canvas already. Canvas, basically, you can insert a picture. I'm sorry, my mouse is being weird. You can place an image on a plane, and that'll, like, if it's sideways, you can take that image and you can, like, design a model out of it, like you see in the picture there. An SVG file, you can insert an SVG, a DXF file, Macaster car component. Insert a mesh. So if you take like an STL file from somewhere, you can insert the mesh into Fusion and do stuff with it. And these insert a manufacturer part. I think you can just take STL files or stuff from these companies and then insert it in here. So that's about it for this video. I don't really have much else to do, so also I gotta go to bed soon. So that's basically a walkthrough of these. Bye. Oh, Happy New Year, by the way. if you guys have New Year's resolutions, feel free to share them with me. I'm still trying to come up with some, honestly. I have a lot to improve about myself, but I just am having a hard time thinking of those because when I put pressure on myself, I can't think straight, which is why I'm rambling on right now. I should shut up, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to end the video. So, Happy New Year's, happy late Christmas. I did a video, Christmas video not too long ago, so go check that out. Yeah, so see you guys in the next one. Bye.